Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we are taking a look at a collected edition. This particular collected edition, which is a little on the large size. In fact, if we compare it to a normal graphic novel, you can see how much bigger it is. So what is this? This is, if I remember correctly, this is the Marvel Comics Library Avengers Volume 1, 1963 to 1965, which basically covers issues 1 to 20 of the Avengers. So let's have a bit of a closer look. We get a box with it, a little protective box, which basically replicates the outside of the volume. We've got issue 1 on the front there, replicates the spine, and issue 20 on the back. There is also a version of this with a slipcase, which I would have got, but I couldn't actually find anywhere where I could get hold of one. So I got this, and I'm just quite happy with this volume. It doesn't really matter. So, Marvel Comics Library Avengers Volume 1. So let's take a closer look. So, front cover, we can see, as I said with the box, it is a duplicate of issue 1 of the Avengers, or the cover of issue 1 of the Avengers. The spine, monstrously big lettering, of course. Marvel at the top, little picture of Thor, the Avengers logo there in the appropriate lettering, and then at the bottom of the spine, 63, 1, 65, and Taschen at the bottom. And on the back, again reproducing the cover of issue 20. Now I don't know what this material is they've used for the cover. It's very tactile. It's not the usual sort of material that you will get for a graphic novel. It's kind of textured, if you can hear that. Very nice. As for the volume itself, well, let's take a look inside. Actually, before I do that, let me tell you first, price wise, this is, I believe, $200, £150. I picked mine up from Forbidden Planet, so instead of being $150, it was £120. If you want to go and check Forbidden Planet out for yourself, I will put a link in the description below. So what have we got inside? Well, the first thing we can see in here is we've got a couple of panels of artwork reproduced to full page size, which for some reason they've done in orange and white. They're very nice, but why didn't you just do them in the original colouring? I much preferred that. I'm sure everyone else would have as well. And then we have got this little plate on a page which says, famous first edition. This is copy number 1577 of Marvel Comics Library, Avengers Volume 1, 1963 to 1965. We've got Captain America's shield there, and then underneath it says, in a first printing of 5,000 copies, printed and bound in Italy, spring 2022. So 5,000 of these in the first printing. And then we've got some more artwork. Again, it's full page, and this one actually folds out. So we've got a triple page piece of artwork there, and then if we flip it over, we've got the Avengers logo there. Again, very nice, but I'd have preferred it in the original artwork, you know, the art colours. But whatever. So then we've got contents, there's not a lot to it. And then we've got a little foreword by Kevin Feige. I mean, we all know Kevin Feige is obviously, he's in charge of the MCU. So he's done a little foreword there. But what's more interesting, probably, is there then is a, I'm not even sure what to call it, an article, a write-up by Kurt Busiek, who you may know. I mainly know him as one of the creators of the Astro City comic book, which is a fantastic superhero comic book, a non-Marvel DC. You should check it out if you haven't done already. And this goes on for quite a while. I mean, if we look at the contents, according to that, this starts on page 14 and ends on page 51. So you've got 30 plus pages of it, of him writing about the Avengers, or Earth's mightiest heroes, as he said. And then we've got some original artwork reproduced in here as well. We've got the cover of issue 16 there, which is the start of the second team, I believe. And we've got some original artwork from Ant-Man. We've got reproductions of covers. The Mighty Thor versus the Executioner, again, reproduction of original artwork. Tales of Suspense featuring Iron Man and Captain America. We've got some original interior artwork reproduced, including the page or the panel in which the Avengers actually form. And then we have various, as we go through this Kurt Busiek's article, various reproductions of covers and interior artwork, photos, cover reproductions, just to help illustrate it, as well as a bunch of other things as well. All looks very nice. I have not read this bit yet, but I kind of can't wait to get into it. And then of course we get to the comics themselves. So as I said, this covers issues 1 to issue 20. So basically what that's covering is the formation and the original run of the original Avengers team, the founding Avengers, which of course is Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Ant-Man and Wasp. They are the 5 founding Avengers, although kind of annoyingly, on the cover of issue 1, they're all named, apart from Wasp. She gets left out. Poor old Wasp always seems to be left out. But we've got the original team there. We've got their original run of stories. We've got Hulk leaving. Obviously, he doesn't stick around for a long time because, you know, Hulk. And we've also got, of course, the issue where the Avengers discover the body of Captain America. Now this is issue 4, where the Avengers discover Captain America's body kind of floating in a block of ice, and they retrieve it, and surprise surprise, he's actually still alive, and they revive him, and Captain America then joins the Avengers as of the end of issue 4. So we then continue through, as I say, the original run of the original Avengers, which includes fighting Baron Zemo and his Masters of Evil, and Kang the Conqueror, who's supposedly going to be cropping up in the MCU as a big villain. Get the introduction of Wonder Man. We've got Spider-Man co-starring in issue 11. And then, of course, we get to issue 16, and then all of the Avengers actually leave for one reason or another, apart from Captain America. So he has to form a new team. So we end up then with the team of Captain America, Hawkeye, Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver. And obviously what's interesting with that is the 3 of those all start out as villains. Hawkeye starts out as a villain, and Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are originally members of Magneto's Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. And here they all end up as members of the Avengers. So we then get the run of the second team from issues 16 up to issue 20, which includes, amongst other things, the introduction of the Swordsman, who's the guy that trained Hawkeye basically to be Hawkeye. And then after the 20 issues, we've got a section that they call the history. We've got storylines and credits where they reproduce each of the covers from the 20 issues, as well as a list of the creators, and basically a sort of, well, the storyline. I was going to say a plot synopsis for storyline and the credits, as it is called. This is quite nice. I really like this, a little kind of recap just to remind you what happens in each issue, what it's about, and who worked on it. And then we get a few other bits and pieces after that as well. So the production of the thing is really nice, I have to say. I am really glad I picked this up. The quality is very good. What I particularly like with this is it confused me a bit to start with. I was flicking through and I suddenly got to a page and it was completely different paper. And I thought, oh, okay, so we've finished the issues and we've gone on to like bonus material and it's on a different paper. That's not what it was at all. What they've done is they've actually reproduced the paper that was used for each of the individual issues. So the interior pages are on this matte paper, which reproduces how the interior pages would have been, because they were on, you know, like sort of newspaper type paper. Whereas the cover, the front and back cover and the interior covers are on glossy, shiny paper. Exactly how comic books are still today. The covers are this glossy paper, the interior pages are not. So they've actually used the same type of paper that would be used for the cover and the interior pages. So that's really nice. And of course the other thing is the bigger size of the pages. The way the artwork is all blown up and you can see it all expanded. Sort of, I was going to say, well, I guess twice the size, but probably bigger than twice the size that it was originally. Now, in addition to this, each issue is completely reproduced as far as I'm aware. So as well as the covers and the actual story, the interior pages, you get all the letter pages, you get all the adverts, you get any promo material, pin-ups, you get any kind of editorials from Stan Lee or anyone else in there as well. So it is reproducing the issues exactly as they were. So all in all, as I say, I am really pleased I picked this up. It is, I think, as far as I'm concerned, well worth the money, and I will definitely be keeping an eye out for any future releases as well. So that is it for this video. Until next time, remember, hit the thumbs up below, and I will see you in the next one.